Uh, in terms of the themes, I think we've been working on a couple of key elements for the last couple of years, and we were getting ready for in terms of the future challenges. And the first one amongst that was on the operational risk side. See, traditionally, the banks have been in Pakistan, and generally speaking, in the emerging markets, are structured around managing credit risk and generally speaking, market risk. Operational risk or the enterprise level risk management is a recent phenomenon. Now, we started with a project about 2 years back of starting with identifying the risk and the controls that we have across various functions. And initially we put in about 5 or 10 people internally, ended up with about 100, essentially more than 100 people working on the project. And we've been on this for the last more than a year now. What we discovered during this journey was, while we do have the risks, a good understanding of the risks, we do have controls mapping in place. What we didn't have was a systemic way of looking at enterprise level risks. And that with the help of the external consultants and internal stakeholders engagement, today we are sitting at a spot where we are ready to roll out a self-testing mechanism across the entire bank, covering every function in the bank, where we will be testing our internal controls on a regular basis. The second element is, I think, which is coming up again and again, is the cybersecurity element. A lot of our customer engagement today is transitioning towards digital platforms. And it's not just that, you're in isolation working with the customers. The banks are connected, the various stakeholders, be it from the government side, and the banks, the private side, and the customers, they are sort of connected. And we have a number of those incidents where banks have been targeted. Now, that's an element which has come to fore, especially in the last 1 year within the context of Pakistan's banking. The third one is what we are going through currently, the ESG element of it, the calamities, the destruction and the travesty of be it the toll on the economic side, or on the number of people who have been impacted. That's so huge. How do you plan for that? How do you mitigate these elements? 3 months back, in terms of my top risks identification, a calamity-related impact on my portfolio was not appearing there. And today, when I look back and 3 months later, essentially, most of my credit team is focused in terms of mitigations and dimensioning and measuring the impact of recent floods. And this is not going to be the end of it. Pakistan ranks amongst the most impacted countries in the world because of climate change. We will continue to have these events. These are not something which has just happened and is not going to happen again. We have to be prepared for that. And in terms of the portfolio management sort of strategies that we typically deploy, there's not something in the book that I just textbook that I pick up and sort of apply today. The final one is on the people side. I think we underestimate that as a banking community, as risk managers. A lot of fresh graduates, when I speak to them, do not understand how embedded technology platforms are within the financial world globally. If you look at our history, banks were the first ones to pick technology and use technology towards customer deliveries. With ATMs, the POS, the offtake on the credit card or the digital payments, the transfers that that we had electronically. So typically, most of the banks were use technology as a platform, an enabler to deliver to the customers. Uh, and today, there is a very real challenge that we have in terms of talent moving away from financial sector towards fintechs and towards the new digital entities which are coming up. So retention and attracting talent itself is turning out to be a challenge.